this dude's headgear because I've either wiped it off when it was still wet or I didn't paint it in the first place. But there we are. So I'm now going to have a quick look and see if I can find any other colours to do the mites. Bear with me. Okay, I found two paints that seem interesting. I'm going to pop them over there. And I'm just going to clear up the palette. You see why I clear it up now, because if I don't, I have a tendency of going into the wrong colours. Okay, so let's go back to you. And we'll start off with the darker of the two colours. And it's Camo Cloak. So we'll pop this down. And this will be going on areas like this. Now with these, I am relying on the reactivation aspect of these paints. Because I'm only going about so far down this leg with this colour. And I'm coming back with the lighter one to hopefully try and do a blend, a decent blend in that area. So I may go down a little bit further, just so the blend can work better where that strapping is. Yep. It doesn't have to be exact. We're not looking at really precise colouring here. We're just looking at making it look a little bit more interesting. And the front legs I'm just going to do with the you haven't realised there's strapping on these front legs here, so I'm going to have to come back with the leather for that as well. And just making sure I've got everything as I want it. Yeah. So once I've done the rest of them, we'll come back and I'll show you what else I'm doing with the other colours. Okay, so that's that bit done. I need to come back and put some more leather on some areas because I didn't know some of the, like, I hadn't noticed some of the legs of these were strapped up. But that's the first one we're going to be doing. The second one is a much lighter colour. Hey, dear Lord. And we're going, as I said, we're going to try and get this done so that the reactivating effect of these paints works for us. So Malignant Green is what we're using now. Let's see how this works. So we're going to start off by going down here with it. And we're going to have to keep wiping our brush for this. So I think I'd better get some fresh paper. There we are. What I'm going to do first, though, I think, is I'm going to do the areas that don't come into contact with the darker green. Just like so. Okay, now let's get on with it now. Let's see if we can get this reactivation thing working for us. And we can go fairly high with this once the reactivation kicks in. There we are. Now, as it looks, the reactivation thing isn't working. Let's go in. We'll go into the darker green as well, and we'll add some in, and hopefully that will help the blending process. There we go, just wipe the brush. And we're back into the paler colour once again. Once again, we'll pop into the darker green and add some of this into it. Mix it slightly just to make sure that the blend works. We want a nice smooth blend. We don't want it looking too much of a stark blend. So I'll just rinse out my brush, dry it off once again, and we'll go into the next mini. I think what I may do, before I go any further, is wipe this off and give it another shake to make sure it's really mixed, because that's really quite watery. There we go. How are we doing for recording time? We're doing fine. Hopefully this is shaken properly. It does look as though it could be a fairly watery colour anyway, so that's fair enough, I suppose, if that's the case. Okay, so that looks like it's highlights are done. Now I just want to look and see where there is the leather stuff, and we'll go back into the hair and leather. There's some areas I'm a bit wary of going into because of they're still a little wet, but again, I'm just not not too impressed that I've gone through all this and then realised that I've missed areas and having to go back again. But that's just me, it's the way I work. I just don't notice things straight off. There we are. At least the thing is, I do notice it eventually, and you know, it gets done. It's just some of the things that I do miss tend to be in awkward positions. Ah, well, never mind. You know what? I'm going to do this bit as well. Don't know what it is, but I'm going to do it anyway. There we are. I think that's about it. Just go over this area again. And I think that is all for this colour. Not quite. Missed a bit here. I'm going to do that bit as well. There we go. So that's that done. Move on to the next one in the hope that the areas that I need to paint, if I need to paint any, are fairly dry-ish. Not all of them. This is one that's going to be a little bit of an issue. But if I'm careful, I can get it done. Okay, so I think that is everything. I am going to go over the carapace now again with the black. Just want to wipe off the palette. There we go, and I'm going back into the Gravelord Grey. In fact, I'm not. I'm going to change the Gravelord Grey because I want a darker colour for the... Yeah, I want a darker colour for the carapace, and I'm going with Grim Black. Again, it's a speed paint, and it's just going over the top carapace. Here, that's all it's going over. Nowhere else. There we are. The Gravelord Grey looked a little bit too grey for what I wanted for this. Now I don't, hopefully this will look okay when it's finished. I can also always come back and highlight it a little bit. But we'll see how it dries. But that's all I'm doing with that. You know what, let's do the horn as well. Just the horn, just the carapace. There we are, see how it looks. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and once it's done, I will, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to give it time to dry, and I will be coming back probably tomorrow with a spray of varnish just to make sure that I don't get any possible reactivation when I start coming back, or when I come back and start doing the fiddly bits on these. So that will be it for this part of the video. Join me in a second where won't be the whole all the speed painting won't be done. It'll just be coming back to highlighting metallics and stuff like that if need be for highlighting, that is. But as far as it stands, this is it for the speed paints. So I will see you in a sec when we're ready for the rest of it. Okay, so we're back and we are going to be continuing with these. As you can see, the blend is looking quite nice there, and the whatchamacallits, the paintwork has dried okay. I have gone over this with gloss varnish, and then I gave it a blast with a matte varnish to take the shine off. So we're on again for more painting. I also have a trusty can of pop with me, which I will be sipping throughout the video. Now, what we're going to do. Okay, let's go with basic metal first of all. And the basic metal we're going to be going for is one that doesn't come with the the box sets that the army painter sent me out. It's plate mail metal. As you can see, because I'm doing the same kind of tribe, for want of a better phrase, as the last series, I'm doing similar kind of colours for these. So it's going to be a case of what you saw in those videos is what you're going to see in this one as well. I just want to make sure that I've got everything sorted for it. Okay, so we're going with this silver, plate mail metal, kind of a silver kind of effect. I'm just going to go over some of these areas. We'll go over these bits here. As you can see, my hand's shaking a little, which is not usually good when you're trying to do detailed work. There we go. I've missed some leather stuff there, so I'm going to have to go back and do that later on. Now what I do want to do is get some of these done. I want to make sure the blade is this colour. Or slightly dry brushed over in this colour. There we go, just like so. And the teeth of this chain sword thingamabob here, I want that this colour as well. There we go. Anything else I can think of? I can see not really. Let's do these. Areas. They are not. There's not much really of. Not a lot I want to be doing with this colour. So once I've finished what I'm doing with it, we can come back and we can go on to the next colour.